Hi students. So today we are going to discuss about the parts of speech. Our first lesson, parts of speech. Okay. Each word in English language or each word in a sentence has a different function. Based on the function of the words, we divided these parts of speech into 8. Okay. So there are 8 parts of speech we have. I am going to write all these 8 parts of speech here. The first one is noun, second one is pronoun, third one is verb, fourth one is adjective, fifth one is adverb, sixth one is conjunction, seventh one is preposition, eighth one is interjection. So these are the 8 parts of speech we have. Okay, I'll explain you by giving an example, simple example. Radha drives a car. Okay, just look at the sentence. Radha drives a car. Here we have the words Radha drives a and car. Okay. So here Radha is a word, drives is a word, a is a word, car is a word. Okay. Of course a is a letter, but since it acts as independently, you can also call it as a word. Radha drives a, in the example Radha drives a car. Okay. So based on each word has a separate function. So Radha is what? Simply a noun. Drives means what? Driving is not what? Driving is a work or an action. A is what? So of course we have learned in our kindergarten, in our earlier days, that A is an article. But let me give you another explanation for it. Just wait for a moment. I will come to this later. And we have another word, car. What is car? Car again, it's the name of something. Okay. So here it is acting as a name of something. Here it is acting as what? An action of something. And here it is acting as what? It is a name. It is acting as a name. Okay. So each word has a different function in this sentence. So now we are going to discuss about what is these functions, how they are used. So that we are going to discuss about now. Okay. Let me start with the first one, noun. What is noun? Okay. A noun is name of something, name of anything. Noun, in simple words we can say that noun is what? A name of anything. In simple words, name. Name of what? Name of anything. Name of a person, name of a place, name of a thing, name of an animal, name of a bird. Likewise, a name is called a noun. A name of anything is called what? Noun. So name of what? Name of a person, name of a place, name of a thing, name of an animal, name of a bird, name of anything, name of quality, anything. When we refer to name, that is what we call noun. Okay. For example, name of a person, Rajesh. So place, name of a place, Hyderabad. Name of a thing, duster. Name of an animal, like cat. Name of a bird, a crow. So likewise, when you name anything, then it is called what? Noun. Okay. Of course, we have different kinds of 5 different kinds of nouns in English language. That is proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, material noun, collective noun. That we are going to discuss in the usage part. Okay. When I discussed about the syllabus part, I told you that we have a separate topic called usage of parts of speech. Each one, each noun, each pronoun, each verb, each adjective, each lesson has a separate usages that we will discuss in the coming classes. As of now, what I am going to discuss is I am giving you brief introduction about what are the parts of speech. So that's why I'm just simply giving what is noun, what is pronoun, what is, just in the brief explanation, in a brief explanation. Okay, in an elaborated manner we will discuss in the coming classes. Okay, so what is noun? Noun is nothing but name. When you name something, that is what we call noun. Okay, and the second one is what? Second parts of speech is pronoun. Second parts of speech is what? Pronoun. See, when you look at carefully, pronoun, the name itself suggests that what? Pronoun. Can we say that this is part of pronoun? Okay, noun. So we have already noun here. So pro means what? Support or instead of. Pro means what? Instead of. So we can say that instead of noun. What is instead of noun? So pronoun is, the meaning of pronoun is a word which is used instead of noun. Okay. For example, if somebody asks you to write a story on Rama, how do you write that story? Rama is a good boy. Rama has 3 brothers. Rama is married to Sita. Rama went to forest. Likewise, you go on writing, isn't it? So each time what you are doing is you are repeating that word Rama, 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 Rama. Okay. So to avoid that, we replace that Rama word with some other word. That is what we call a pronoun. So here I can say that, so first sentence, Rama is a good boy. Now when it comes to the second sentence, I don't need to repeat the word Rama again. Instead of Rama, I can use some other word. That is what we call, here in this example, since Rama is a masculine gender, this word is replaced by what? He. So Rama is a good boy. He had 3 brothers. Then he went to forest. He is married to Sita. Likewise, instead of Rama, we can use the word what? He. Okay. So here pronoun is nothing but instead of noun, or the definition of pronoun is a word which is used instead of noun. Instead of noun, and simple words instead of noun we are using some other word. That is what we call pronoun. Okay. Now we will see the personal pronouns. What are the different personal pronouns we have? Okay. So I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. These are called personal pronouns. Okay. So even though we have other pronouns, but the most important pronouns, and also we are using quite commonly and frequently, or these personal pronouns. These are very, very important. That's why I am giving it now. Okay. So anyways, I and we, you, he, she, it, they. I and we are called first person. Remember this. This is called, you is called second person. He, she, it, they are called third person. I and we, in English, I and we are called first person. Okay. You is called second person. He, she, it, they are called what? Third person. Okay. So this is useful when we deal with a topic called subject verb agreement. So that's why you remember. So I and we are called what? First person. You is called second person. He, she, it, they are called what? Third person. I is what? I means me. Okay. So this is what? A singular. I is what? Singular. We means what? Here in this we also, I am there. But we as a consideration, so we is a plural form of I. We means that, so it is a combination of I and some other people. Okay. So this is the plural form of I. Okay. I think you know the meaning of I and we. So this is the singular one and this is the plural form. In the second person you can use it as both singular and plural. In the third person, when it comes to third person, he, she, it are called or singular, and they is what? Plural. So this is the personal pronouns. So first I and we are called first person, you is called second person, he, she, it, they are third person, that you remember. And apart from that, I is what? Singular, and we is what? Plural. You is used in the both cases, like singular, you can use it in singular case and plural case. Where when it comes to he, she, it, so he, she, it are used in the singular case, and they is used in what? Plural case. This is about the brief introduction for pronoun. Okay. Our next parts of speech is a verb. A verb. Our next part of speech is what? A verb. What is a verb? Verb is a word which expresses. Verb is a word which expresses an action, a state, or a position. A verb is a word which expresses an action, a state, or a position. I'll tell you what it is. An action means that what? Action is nothing but work, isn't it? We have different works: riding, reading, writing, okay, swimming, cooking, dancing. So all these are what? Action. Action is nothing but work. Okay, sleeping. See, even sleeping is also a work. So all these are called actions. So whenever you have come across the works or actions, that word is called what? A verb. Okay. Suppose Radha drives a car. Drive means what? Drive is an action, isn't it? So that's why drive is called what? Which part of speech? It is a verb. And coming to the second part, a state means, suppose, let me give you an example. Ice is cold. Ice is cold. Here, this is denoting in which state ice is, isn't it? So here, ice is denoting what? In which condition or in which state ice is. Ice is in which condition? Cold condition. That's why we can also use verb for what? State, to represent a state. Here again it is what? It is acting as verb, because what is the purpose of is here? It is denoting state, in which state something is. So that's why is also what? A verb. And let me give another example regarding to the position. Position means what? What is the meaning of position? Position meaning is nothing but having something. So having something. What is this? Having something. For example, I possess a car means what? I suppose if someone say that I possess a car, which means what? I have a car. Okay. Possession is nothing but what? Having something. Okay. Let me give you an example for this. I have a car. In this example, I have a car. Here have represents what? Have is denoting possession. Okay. That's why have is also acting as what? A verb. Okay. If a word is acting as an action or a state or a position, then that word is called what? Verb. Okay. Of course, suppose in this verb we had different kinds of verbs, but the most important thing is what we need to remember here is a verb has three forms. Any verb, you can take any verb, it has three forms. Let me give you an example. Write. Write is what? Write is an action, isn't it? So since it is an action, it is what? It is which parts of speech? It is a verb. So any word, any verb has three different forms. This is what we call V1, and it has another form, wrote. This is called V2 form, and it has another form, that is written. This is V3. So if you take any verb, every verb has three different forms: V1, V2, V3. And of course, in some textbooks you have V4 form also. That is nothing but simply ing form, by writing ing form to the V1. Okay, V1 plus ing is equal to V4 form. Okay, this is not needed. Okay, so you just remember these three are important. The first part V1, V2, V3, in this the first part is called present form of the verb. This is called what? Present. This is not tense. Okay, let me remind you that this is not a tense. Verb has three forms. In that, V1 form is called present form of verb. V2 is called past form of verb. Okay, V2 is called what? Past form of the verb. What about V3? V3 is it is not future form. Okay, please remember that this is not a future form. This is what? This V3 form is called past participle. V3 form is called what? Past participle. And V4 form is called present participle. V4 form is called what? Present participle. So likewise, any verb has three forms. You can also say that fourth form is not important because fourth form is nothing but V1 plus ing. So that's why most of the faculty or most of the books does not include V4. Okay, so you remember these three are important. The first part of verb is called what? Present form of the verb. Second form is called past form of the verb. Third form is called past participle. Of course, if we have another form, okay, V1 plus ing, that V1 plus ing form is called what? Present participle. Okay, as of now, verb is enough. Okay, in detail things we will discuss in the coming classes. This is about the third part. And coming to the next part of speech. What is the next part of speech in that order? Adjective. Adjective is the next part of speech. What is an adjective? Adjective is a word which describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjective is a word which describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjective is a word which describes a noun or a pronoun. In simple words, we can say that adding extra information to the noun or pronoun. Let me give you example. For example, Radha is a beautiful girl. Radha is a beautiful girl. In this example, what is girl? Girl is a noun. It is a name, isn't it? So girl is what? Noun. So here, before that girl, we have beautiful word. Okay, which means that we are describing this girl, how this girl looks like, isn't it? So that's why any word which describes the noun, so that's why adjective always comes before the noun. Okay, of course in the other cases it comes after the helping verb, that's a different case. But you can say that anything which describes a noun, here the noun part is what? Girl. Okay, what this beautiful represents here? Here it is representing, it is qualifying or describing that girl, isn't it? This beautiful describing about this girl only. Okay, in other words, adding some information, adding something to the noun part. So that's why beautiful becomes what? An adjective. Beautiful becomes what? Adjective. Okay, we will take one more example. Radha is a beautiful girl is one example. Another one is I wear a white shirt. Here again, what is shirt? Shirt is a name of a cloth, isn't it? So name of anything is noun. Shirt becomes what? Noun. Here before that shirt we have white. Here white represents what? So in which color the shirt is? In which color my shirt is? It is representing in which color my shirt is. That means that we are adding something, adding some information to the noun, or we are describing this noun, isn't it? So that's why white becomes what? Adjectives. So all colors are what? So red, green, yellow, so orange. Generally, in general, colors are parts of colors are, if someone asks you that colors of which parts of speech, red, blue, green, yellow, all these are adjectives. Let me give you one more example, third one. I have 2 pens. Again, what is pen? Pen or pens? Which parts of speech pen is? Pen is a noun, isn't it? Pen is a noun, name of a thing. So we are adding 2 to this one, which means that 2 representing what? 2 is denoting how many pens I have. Again, we are describing that pen. You can say that simply I have pen, I have pens, but specifically we are denoting this pens, how many pens I have. Specifically I am talking about how many pens I have. So we are adding extra information to this noun, or we are describing this pen, isn't it? So that's why 2 becomes what? An adjective. So this is actually called a numerical adjective because why? So numbers are generally, in English, the numbers are called adjectives. The numbers are belongs to which, if someone asks you that which parts of speech are numbers, numbers are what? Adjectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these numbers are belongs to what? Which parts of speech? Adjectives. So we have another name for that, that is called numerical. Numerical means what? Numbers. So numerical adjectives. Of course, it is not important. Only thing is you need to know that that is an adjective. Which kind of adjective it is not important. Only what we need to learn is it is an adjective. See, all colors are adjectives, all numbers are adjectives. Okay. The main definition is what? Anything which describes a noun or pronoun is called what? Adjective. Okay. The detail analysis or usage part of adjectives we will discuss in the coming classes. As far as today's class is concerned, so adjective definition is what? Anything which describes about a noun or a pronoun also. And second thing, in simple words we can say that we are giving extra information to the noun. So that is what we call adjective. So next one is what? Adverb. Next one is adverb. Fifth one is adverb. Adjective, adverb. Just compare these two. Adjective is what? So just now we discussed about adjective. Adjective is what? Any word which describes about a noun or a pronoun. Here when it comes to adverb, any word which describes a verb or an adjective or another adverb. Here what? It is, in the previous case, in the adjective case, it is describing about a noun or pronoun. Now it is describing a verb or an adjective or an adverb. Okay, any word which describes a verb or an adjective or an adverb or another adverb is called an adverb. So I will explain each one. Suppose, let me give you examples. Radha runs fast. Second example, Radha runs very fast. Okay. And the third example, Radha is a very beautiful girl. A very beautiful girl. Now we will see how each word acts as. So in this example, Radha runs fast. What is this fast? Which parts of speech it belongs to? In this example, this fast is denoting or qualifying, is it qualifying Radha runs? This fast represents, in the previous example, if I say that Radha is a beautiful girl, that beautiful talks about what? In the previous example, when we talked about the adjective parts, Radha is a beautiful girl. They beautiful describing what? Radha. That beautiful describing Radha, how she looks like, how Radha looks like. But whereas in this case, in adverbs case, this fast is not denoting or representing or describing Radha. Fast is not representing directly to Radha, but how she runs. Fast represents what? Fast describing about her. What? How she runs. How Radha runs. That means that it describing what? How Radha runs. It is describing run. Okay. So run is what? A verb. Run is an action. So run is an action. That's why it is what? A wish past speech verb. Since it is denoting or it is describing verb, fast becomes what? An adverb. Okay, anything which describes a verb. Here it is this fast describing what? Run. That's why it becomes what? Adverb. Okay, coming to the second example. So Radha runs fast in this example. Runs is verb and fast is adverb. In the second example, example looks like the same one in, like a previous one, but the only difference is here I am adding very. Okay, what's the big deal? Now we'll see. Okay, already we know that run is what? Verb. Fast is what? An adverb, isn't it? Already we know that because we did it for the previous example. The same thing, but only extra thing very is added here in between them. So already we know that run is a verb, fast is what? Adverb. Okay, now we are adding very. Very is representing what? How fast he can run, isn't it? Very is describing what? How fast he can. Of course, in the first example, how she runs is describing. In the second example, how fast she can run. So again it is describing what? How fast, very fast. So it is describing again fast. Fast is already adverb, which means that again it is describing what? Adverb. That's why I told you that any word which describes a verb or another adverb, if you have already an adverb in the sentence, again if you describing that word, so that word is called what? Adverb. We are describing again another adverb. So you can have any number of adverbs in the same sentence. Okay, no need to puzzle about that one. There is no condition that you should have only one adjective in the sentence or only one adverb in the sentence. You can have multiple adjectives or multiple adverbs in the same sentence. Okay, in the first sentence, so adverb comes by describing a verb. In the second sentence, already you have one adverb. It is further describing that adverb. So that's why the second word also becomes what? An adverb. Coming to the third one, Radha is a very beautiful girl. If you remember this, in the previous case, in the previous adjective part, I gave you an example. What is that example? Okay, just go through that one. So I told you that I just gave you that example is what? Radha is a beautiful girl. Just please check that one. In that word, girl is what? A noun. Beautiful is describing how Radha looks like. So that's why beautiful becomes what? Adjective. Okay. Adjective. Now here we have another word is what? Very. That means that now this very is qualifying or describing what? This very, she is not just a beautiful girl, she is very beautiful girl. So which means that what? We are further describing that beautiful. Okay, further describing what? Beautiful. Beautiful means here beautiful is what? Adjective. So that means very becomes what? An adverb. Because that is the definition, right? So describing a verb or an adjective. Here I am describing what? An adjective. So that's why this very becomes what? Adverb. So likewise, whenever we have the words which describes about a verb or an adjective or another adverb in the sentence, that is called what? An adverb. Okay. Now in this part I'll give you an example. I'll just want to share you something with you. In the previous exams for the CAPF, it has been asked like this. In one of your previous papers, this is asked like this. Okay, I'll write that. It is given a sentence like this. Radha runs fastly. This is a sentence given to you. Okay, what you have been asked is rewrite the sentence or correct the sentence without changing the actual meaning of the sentence. Do you get my point? The question is asked like this. Correct the following sentence without changing the actual meaning. What it indicates that, what it means that you have to change the sentence. That means that here a sentence is given to you, there is an error, you have to correct that grammatical error. What is the error you have seen here? Radha runs fastly. Do you think that is there any error in that sentence? Not really. But if you carefully observe, that's why the usage part is very important. Generally we can say that in our colloquial language or in our communication language, we can say that Radha runs fastly or somebody runs fastly. But that's wrong. That's where the usage part comes. The usage part is very important. So you don't know the grammar rules, you don't know the usage rules. So because we normally speak without knowing what is actually right and what is actually wrong. That's why usage part is very important. Okay. Here the error is Radha runs fastly. So fast is an adverb. Of course, most of the adverbs ends with ly, but not all the words. 90% of adverbs ends with ly, but there are some words which does not end with ly. Few of the words are fastly. Okay, we should not have the word fastly. We have the word fast. So this is asked in your previous exam. Okay, so here a sentence is given to you. You have to rewrite the sentence, correct the sentence without changing the actual meaning of the sentence. That means that there is an error in the sentence. You have to identify that, and after identifying that, you need to correct and rewrite the sentence. How do you write the sentence? We know that we identify the error. What is the error? We should never say that fastly. Fastly is not an adverb. Okay, the adverb form is fast. So you need to correct the sentence like this: Radha runs fast. Okay, so that is the usage part. Of course, usage part of adverb and usage part of noun, pronoun. So as I already mentioned, we will discuss in the coming classes. Those have the separate classes. Those you have for those you have separate classes that we will discuss in the next classes. Okay. As of now, this is the brief introduction of parts of speech, and this is about adverb. Adverb is what? Describing about a verb, adjective, or an adverb. In the previous example, adjective. Adjective means what? Anything which describes about a noun or a pronoun. Okay. So this is the fifth parts of speech we have, and the next one, sixth one. What is the sixth one? I just want to share you one more thing. In one of the exams, not in CAPF, but in the other exams, this is asked like this. Maybe it can be asked for you also. So I want to share with you. Okay. So in one of your in one of the previous papers, it is asked like this. A sentence is given to you like this: there is a market near bus stand, and A is underlined. Okay, so it is asked like this. So which parts of speech the underlined word or letter belongs to? Okay, so he is asked which part of speech A is. So their options are given. Of course, you don't have options in your exam, but suppose if it is asked in this way, so it is underlined like this: there is a market near bus stand. So the underlined mark is just below the word or letter A, and you are asked to find what parts of speech it is. Okay. Of course, I am not giving the parts of speech. You already know that. I am not giving the options. You are already familiar with the parts of speech, all 8 parts of speech. Okay. Now you tell me that which part of speech A is. Okay. When I mean to say that parts of speech, please remember that. Of course, most of you and all of you know that A is what? Right from the childhood we know that A and the are what? Articles. We know that. Okay. So we all know that A and the are articles. Just A is underlined. We immediately write that A is an article. But what he did ask, he asked about which parts of speech A is. Parts of speech are 8 only. Okay. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. There you don't come across articles, isn't it? So now you tell me that which parts of speech this A is. Here this A is, in the very beginning of class, I gave you an example. Radha drives a car. Here we'll see that what part of speech A is. Here, what is car? Car is name of a thing. So car becomes what? Noun. See, are we adding something to this car? Isn't it? We are describing. See, Radha drives a car or two cars or three cars. She is simply driving one car only, isn't it? That means that isn't he specifically mentioned about one car? Isn't it? A means what? One car. A and belongs to one. Okay. Which means that A is denoting what, or A is describing what? Noun only. Isn't it? You are adding extra information to noun. That's why A becomes what? An adjective. Please remember, this is very, very important. Whenever you come